welcome to the video and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Fred and I'm making some pickleball content. I am a 3.5 duper player who started playing last year, and I'm on my way to hopefully becoming a 5.0 player. That is my goal. Got a pretty ambitious goal to become a 5.0 player this year in 2025. So we're gonna see if that's gonna happen. I'm gonna make that happen, but it's a pretty ambitious goal. So anyway, I'm on my way this morning. It is 6:22 a.m. to drill. I live about 10 minutes away from my local public city courts over here at what's called Griggs Park. And so I decided recently to actually quadruple my drilling time. So I had a tournament 2 Saturdays ago, and I didn't really perform the way I wanted to at all. I actually didn't do terrible. I did better than I have in some previous tournaments in terms of controlling my nerves and just relaxing and adapting to the other players, communicating with my partner. Like, there were some really good things that happened at that tournament, but we really should have medaled and probably definitely could have won, given the competition that was there. I really felt like we should have won, and we didn't. So after that tournament, I came home and I told my wife, I'm going to quadruple my drilling. Like, I'm going to absolutely go nuts on drilling because I've got to get better faster. I've got to make a lot of improvement, a lot faster than I'm making it. Otherwise, I'm not going to make my goal, and I'm not going to become as good as I want it to be. So anyway, that's why I'm up at 6 a.m. going to drill by myself at the park, because I just got to fit that extra drilling in somewhere. And it's best to just get up early and fit it in when nothing else is going on. So I don't know how many days a week I'm going to do this. My ideal goal would be to do this every day of the week, but that's not really realistic, I don't think. Then again, to be honest with you, if you're only doing what's realistic, you're probably not going to achieve anything great. That is a fact. You've got to do stuff a little bit crazy, extreme. You got to go a little bit to that level where people question you about it, and start to raise an eyebrow with you and stuff. Once you get to that point, you're probably to the point where you're starting to do something special and get extra special results. So maybe I do need to come up here every single morning. Certainly nothing wrong with doing that if I can fit it in, and if it's not taking time away from other people in my family and so forth. So I'm going to think about that. I think, the main reason I wouldn't come every single morning is because I have trouble getting to bed early enough so that I can get up early enough to do this. If I were to do that every day, I would really have to control my going to bed time a lot better, which is, I'm all about doing that. That's a good thing if I can get it done. So yeah, I just need to go to bed earlier, get up earlier, and drill every day probably. So anyway, what are we going to work on today? Well, my big focus lately has been my forehand drop shot, and I've drilled the drop shot a lot lately, a lot, and it's really paid off. I had some real high-level games on Sunday, some rec games, and when I say high level, I mean, for me, they were high level. I was playing against some 4.0 players who, for me, are really good players, and I really held my own great. I was super proud of myself. My drop shots were fantastic. I'm not sure I missed maybe one in out of 3 games, which is amazing. So my drilling has truly paid off, and it's just a beautiful thing to see when you practice something and then you go do it and it actually works. So that gave me a lot of encouragement to keep coming out here and doing this. But now I'm thinking, what shot should I drill next? I definitely need more drilling on the drop shot, but I think it really is time now to start drilling a second shot. And so I'm torn between drilling the backhand drop shot now, which I have done before a little bit, and I got a lot better at it, and it's a 2-hand backhand drop shot. So I'm torn between drilling that now and getting that locked in this week, or I would really like to start learning how to hit down the line. I don't hit down the line at all because I'm not confident in that shot, so I always hit to the middle, or I do drop to the corners, but I'm talking more of a drive down the line. So I've got a friend I play with. His name's Jose. Shout out Jose if you're watching. Played with him yesterday, and he is developing his line drive, I guess you'd call it. And he pulled it out a couple times yesterday, and I was like, okay, Jose's getting the line drive. I got to watch out for that, guard my line better with Jose. And I've got to develop my own line drive. So I cannot let myself fall behind anybody I play with. So when I see them picking up a new skill, it's a clear sign to me that that is something I need to be working on, because they're pulling ahead of me in that regard. So anyway, I may do line drives today, see if I can figure out how to hit down the line with accuracy. That sounds fun. I may do a little bit of two-hand drop shots. I definitely do need to lock that one in more. And that'll be all the time I have today. I'll be drilling for about an hour, and usually an hour gives me enough time to hit about 5 racks of balls, which is about 300 balls. And that's a really good amount if you're drilling one shot. If you're drilling 2 shots, in my opinion, you probably need 2 hours, but that's just me for right now. As I get better, I'll need less time on each shot for drilling, probably, I would imagine. And in that case, I could drill 2 shots in 1 hour, probably, and that would be enough to keep me sharp on those shots. But since I'm not sharpening up shots, I'm actually learning shots at this stage of my game. I really need to spend a lot of time on each shot, drilling every time. An hour is just barely beginning to be a lot of time. But an hour is a good amount of time to hit, 250, 300 balls. You can really learn some stuff. You can really figure out some tips and tricks and have some revelations and write them down in your notes and feel good about it. So here we are at the courts. Let's get to drilling. Alright, so here we go, just working into our drilling session here. So I decided today to just work on right side line drives, and yeah, I think that was pretty much my entire session here, was just drilling the line drives over and over again. I want to burn that one in pretty good, because in my opinion this is a pretty high percentage shot versus the left hand line drive, because on the right side you're using your right hand and you're hitting against your opponent's left hand. In most situations that will be the case, so you're at the advantage when you hit a right side line drive, because you're hitting your strength against your opponent's weakness. So this is probably the line drive that is the most effective in pickleball, I would imagine, against the largest number of opponents. So anyway, here I am. Excuse me. Here I am working on getting it back in that back right corner. I'm trying to get close to the line, but not exactly on the line. I'm trying not to get super close to the line, because the closer you get to the line, the lower percentage you're going to have, because you're going to hit it out too many times. So at least in the beginning here, while I'm just getting started with drilling line drives, I'm just trying to get it within, probably 2 feet of the line. And not necessarily sure if I should be driving this to the back corner or if I should be shorting it to the middle court. I guess, of course, that depends on where your opponent is in the situation. So I don't really know how to drill that. I guess I should drill some long and some short. Probably in the future I'll try to focus on that. But right now I'm just trying to work on my form and figure out how to hit this shot. And I'm finding out that most shots in pickleball, not all, but most, or a lot, they actually all share the exact same basic fundamentals, which is, number one, first and foremost, you must keep your eye on the ball all the way into the paddle. Like, literally watch the ball from the moment it leaves the machine or your opponent's paddle all the way until the moment it hits your paddle. And if you watch, you might be able to see my head actually look down as I strike the ball.
Or at least that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And yeah, I try to watch that thing contact the paddle itself, which is a very difficult thing to do, at least for me. But when I do it, my accuracy goes way through the roof. It's incredible the difference it makes to watch the ball all the way into the paddle. So I'm finding that on most shots in pickleball, well, I will just straight up say on every single shot in pickleball, that is a constant, watching the ball into the paddle. And then on most shots, or many shots, I'm finding that another thing you want to do is you want to hit the ball on the fall. As I say, hit the ball on the fall. I write that in my notepad, document my notes. Hit the ball on the fall, which just means if you're going to let the ball bounce, then time it so that you're striking the ball when the ball has passed its apex after the bounce, so the ball is then falling into your paddle. If you'll do that, I promise you, you'll have much more accuracy hitting the sweet spot of your paddle, and you'll have more accuracy on where you place the ball. It'll go where you want it to. So if you'll watch the ball into your paddle, and if you'll hit the ball on the fall, those two things, you're honestly 90% of the way there, at least 90% of the way there, if not 95% of the way there, to hitting great shots every single time. So another thing I'm finding that many shots in pickleball share in common is keeping your backswing to an absolute minimum and keeping your elbows tight to your body. Now, of course, it doesn't matter what your left elbow does because your left hand is really just there for counterbalance. But your right elbow, it's really important to keep it close to your body. And personally, I find that if I focus on keeping both elbows close to my body, it just works really well to keep me super tight. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Give me a follow, and I'll see you on the next one.